watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Thursday, September 26th. In our top story, Nye County Justice of the Peace Michelle Fiore has started trial this week, starting with jury selection and witness statements. Rory Rossell reports.
Nye County Justice of the Peace and former Las Vegas City Councilwoman Michelle Fiore is currently on trial, accused of diverting funds from her city council campaign. This trial is expected to continue for 2.5 weeks. The trial commenced this week with jury selection, opening statements, and the first witness testimonies on Wednesday, September 25th. Federal prosecutor Alexander Goffried presented the prosecution case, alleging that Fiore exploited the memories of fallen soldiers for her personal gain. Fiore is facing 6 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Fiore, who under the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 11, is innocent until proven guilty. On Wednesday's proceedings, there was 6 witnesses, and the 4th witness was FBI Special Agent Douglas Smith. He was the team lead who served a search warrant for Fiore's house for a fraud investigation on July 27, 2021. Fiore's defense attorney, Michael Sampt, countered the FBI's investigation, saying that it was neither thorough nor impartial. When asked about the FBI search, Fiore explained that the FBI did not search her home. They raided, looted, and robbed it. Earlier this month, the U.S. District Court filed an omnibus motion in limine, saying, here, certain categories of evidence that the defendant may seek to introduce at trial do not bear on her guilt or innocence, but instead would only serve to encourage the jury to nullify, making them irrelevant and likely to confuse the issues and mislead the jury. Fiore's defense attorney, Michael Sampt, submitted a response saying that this is further compounded by the government's deliberate failure to provide any documentation in over 90,000 pages of discovery, including recordings that would substantiate or justify the classification of a public official, with no preceding criminal behavior, a domestic terrorist, and subsequently increasing Miss Fiore's band level from a 1 to a 2 as described infra. Accordingly, Ms. Fiore is entitled to present a complete defense as guaranteed by the 4th and 6th Amendments of the United States Constitution. Michael Sampt continues to say, it is believed that this classification occurred after her involvement with the Bundy Ranch family. Ergo, but for the Bundy ranching incident, Ms. Fiore would not have been subject to that classification of a domestic terrorist. According to prosecutors, Fiore misread the government's threat banding, which they said correlates to the type of investigation that is unrelated to the level of threat, if any, an individual may pose. There will be no reference to Fiore as a domestic terrorist in the government's case in chief. Prosecutors add that Fiore's connection to the Bundy standoff has nothing to do with her current case. Fiore is innocent until proven guilty. News 25 has reached out to Fiore and is awaiting a response. News 25 will keep you updated on this developing story.
And in recent reports, smugglers have been drugging children and attempting to traffic them into the United States. News reporter Anthony Roberts has more for News 25.
A new report coming out states that children as young as 8 years old are being drugged and trafficked into the U.S. by smugglers posing as their parents. According to Border Patrol, they've seen increased numbers of smugglers posing as family units in order to recycle children. In one instance, an alleged trafficker had birth certificates for multiple kids to whom they weren't related. One Border Patrol source told the New York Post a few years ago, when they were coming in a lot, we had to let family units in. People kept coming in, and after a while, we noticed the kids were the same. but the parents were different. They were recycling the kids. I hate thinking about it because there were thousands of kids. Who knows where they all ended up? According to the New York Post, under the Biden-Harris administration, the number of children crossing illegally into the U.S. alone and without relatives has skyrocketed. According to recent reports, there are 291,000 unaccompanied migrant children who were released to sponsors but were never told to appear in court, meaning authorities have lost contact with them. Executive Assistant Commissioner Diana J. Sabatino released the following on X.
On August 29, 2024, at approximately 11:30 p.m., CBP officers assigned to the St. Luis, Arizona Port of Entry encountered a 28-year-old female U.S. citizen driving a Nissan sedan who presented U.S. birth certificates for 2 sleeping children in her vehicle. The woman stated to CBP officers that the children were family members. Unable to awaken the children, the primary officer referred the traveler to secondary for further inspection. In secondary, the woman had difficulty waking the children. Officers observed that the children remained extremely groggy. While interviewing the children, officers soon discovered there was no family relationship between the woman and the 2 minors, ages 11 and 8. The birth certificates, while legitimate, did not belong to the children. The minors were Mexican citizens and being smuggled into the United States. The children indicated to CBP officers that they were provided sleep aids in order to avoid detection. CBP officers detained the woman for alleged violation of U.S. law and seized the vehicle.
And don't grab that remote. News 25 will be right back with much more local, national, and international news.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, it's that time of the week when our Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us from Nellis Air Force Base with the latest in military news out of Southern Nevada.
U.S. Airman First Class DeMarcus Norman is a hero in his own right after saving the life of seemingly departed expectant mother Natalie Holcomb during the flash flooding at Zion National Park. Norman, along with his fellow airmen, located Natalie's hiking partners, formed a human chain, then transported all to safety before being airlifted. Now let's check this life-saving story out, made possible by Nellis Air Force Base.
If she's pinned, she's dead. If she's downriver, there's a chance that she's still alive. We were planning on hiking the Narrows on the 17th. We had heard some thunder, but most of the time was pretty clear skies. We start seeing this dirty, muddy water come around the corner, and it was rushing. There's no way that you can get away from it.
The airman spotted Natalie floating on her back, who appeared, quote, battered blue and lifeless.
I was drugged about 3.5 miles. I felt my arms and my legs go numb. My face was blue and my lips were blue, and my body was white. I thought I was gonna die. I felt someone grab my arm, and I remember how hard they were pulling, and I remember how hard the river was pouring. I remember thinking, please don't let go, please don't let go, please don't let go.
Natalie was barely responsive for about an hour.
I heard her say something, and it sounded like she said help me, but she couldn't get it out. So I just threw Martin in my bag without even thinking of it and just ran in. And then after I got a hold of her, I was like, I'm not gonna just let her keep going downstream to hit even more rocks, because she was really badly bruised and hurt.
As Norman's in the water here, the current is picking up because the water level is rising significantly really quick. Along with the fast water, there is also sticks and logs incorporated. One of them hits Norman in the leg, but him being a unit, he was able to withstand that force of the log and continue to hold on to this lady and get her to safety.
7 airmen were honored in a coining ceremony for their heroic actions.
DeMarcus was the only one who was willing to go in the river to pull me out. When he grabbed me, there was relief, and then when I felt him get under both shoulders and pull me out, I was like, I'm not gonna die today. Thank you for taking that risk to save somebody that you don't know, and to just jump into action the way that you guys all did, and to help me not only get out of the water and actually save my life, but I'm pregnant, and there's so much gratitude with everything that you did for me that day and my family.
For my loved one going down the stream, I want somebody who was there, who had the opportunity to save her, to save her.
On behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, thank you so much for your service. Reporting from Nellis Air Force Base, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
I'm setting it up for a layup, and Mikey Ruhan's going for the slam dunk with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aces, they kick off the semifinals against the New York Liberty in New York on Sunday. UNLV is reportedly committed to remain in the Mountain West Conference. Brett McMurphy of Action Network first reported Wednesday that UNLV and Air Force accepted offers to stay in the conference with the one-time payment between $25 and $30 million. The Las Vegas Raiders welcome the Cleveland Browns this Sunday. Vegas Golden Knights lost one last night to the LA Kings 3-2. Up next for the Golden Knights, they welcome the Utah Hockey Club. Yes, that's their real name, and that's tomorrow. Pahrump Valley Children Volleyball is at Losee High School today. JV is in progress. Varsity kicks off at 6 p.m. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Nice ball handling there, Mikey. You're giving Asia Wilson a run for her money. Well, News 25 will be right back after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Now here's Josh Osborne from Great Computer Deals with this week's quick tutorial.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne, Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals, quick tutorial, you know the drill. This is a tough one to make. This is a video that kind of comes from the heart. No script, I'm just kind of freeballing here. I want this to come across very genuine, very respectful. This video is intended for the seniors of our town of Pahrump, okay? And I want you guys to know that 14 years of doing this, I've met a lot of people, okay? And I kind of narrowed down our seniors into two different categories, okay? And the first one is the one that unfortunately we see pretty much every day. That's the person that walks in and you could just see in their body language and their demeanor, they are pre-defeated when it comes to computer technology. They walk in and they say things like, I'm computer stupid or I'm computer illiterate. And I get it. It's just very overwhelming. Okay, even though I'm 43 years old and I've grown up with computers for a good portion of my life, it's not easy. I can't imagine what it would be like for somebody that grew up in a time where computers didn't even exist and having all that information being now forced on you and being forced for you to learn kind of against your will, because that's just the reality of things. It's overwhelming and my heart goes out to you. But it is inevitable that technology is here to stay. This is the reality. This is the landscape. This is where we are now. And keeping that kind of negative attitude about technology is only going to harm you instead of help you. So what I want you to do is not to be in that category. I want you to be into the other category that we see often, fortunately. And that is the senior that comes in motivated, excited, and open to hearing and getting help to kind of train them on what they need to know to make their life a little bit easier, especially in the areas that involve technology. And again, technology is here to stay. You can't even get a paper bill for your bank account anymore. Everything is all digital. It's online. It's a world of QuickBooks and social media and email and streaming this and streaming that. It's a lot, I get it. But guess what, guys? There is hope out there. This isn't like 20 years ago where if you wanted to be computer trained, you had to go down to a bookstore and buy a giant a book, and you had to be a computer genius to even understand it. There are a lot of resources. We carry a huge selection of books that are geared right to seniors to help them understand technology. There are free websites out there with awesome videos from websites like youtube.com that have senior-specific videos that teach Microsoft Office, how to use your iPhone, how to use an Android tablet, that are completely free. There are resources like this store, Great Computer Deals, where you can walk in and talk to somebody with a smiling face that will take computer technology and explain it to you in a way that makes sense without all the technical jargon. There are resources, but you have to get your mind right. The ones that do are the ones that survive and do good in this digital world. And again, I hate to put it this way, this is black and white. Technology is a reality. That's where you have to be. And even though it's hard, there is hope. There is resources out there. You guys just have to know where to look, and that's where we come in. If you have questions, feel free to stop in the store, ask us. We will be gladly to either assist ourselves, or if we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction. But again, get your mind right, understand this is completely doable. You just have to have the positive attitude. I know you guys can do it. I have faith in you. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. We look forward to training you guys and helping you out more in the future. We'll catch you on the next quick tutorial.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Look, Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam, look at that dust devil kicking up on and around our roadways. Please be careful out there. And a heat advisory for the upcoming weekend. All that and more in weather after the break.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios with some regional weather to start with. Up in Fernley, we're at 87, Fountain at 88, Carson City 86, Tonopah 83, Goldfield 85, Beatty at 95, Amargosa 101, Las Vegas 99, and Death Valley at 110. With the paradise of Pahrump, currently at 97 degrees and sunny. We saw a high of 99. Winds in the southwest 7 miles per hour, humidity 8%. Sun rose this morning at 6:35 and will set this evening at 6:34. Expect humidity at 16%. Winds east-northeast 5 miles per hour with a low of 67 and clear skies. As for the rest of the week, seeing sun shining the whole entire time, but getting up to 104 on Saturday, and then right back down to 99 on Sunday. Staying a little bit over 100 throughout the week and ending on Thursday at 99 degrees. And that's your look at the weather. Back to the desk. Here's Unette.
Kaylee, I thought you said it was fall. Look at those 100+ degree temps, but we can handle it. All right, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.